Justin Fields to the Steelers. Russell Wilson's already there. What are we going to talk about, Alfredo? So as I said, Alfredo, Justin Fields to the Steelers right after the Russell Wilson situation. You tell me what's going on there, Alfredo.
I don't see anything wrong with it, Pedro. I don't know what's your problem with it, but you can never have enough quarterbacks in a team.
No,
I'll ask you this. Is Russell Wilson an elite quarterback?
no,
Okay. So if you don't have an elite quarterback, what do you keep on doing?
Alfredo. I understand that what you're going with this, but if you don't have an elite quarterback, you keep looking for him. That's fine. The Steelers didn't have him. They let that guy walk. He's not right now. If you and me are talking about this, and you and me both know, if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have any quarterbacks.
I'll tell you this: they picked up Wilson and they had no idea that Justin Field was going to be so cheap. And yes, like you say, two quarterbacks does not mean that you have a quarterback. But at least, what would you have done, Pedro, if let's say you leave Russell Wilson and he gets hurt? What is your option?
For one, Russell Wilson has been very stable in his career. He hasn't been hurt very much. He's been a little bit of an Iron Man in his career. But at this age, and knowing that he's not really running the ball as often as he used to, I don't see him getting injured. To be honest, in this next year, right? You never know in this league. Never say never, but I don't see him getting injured.
Yeah,
If anything, I believe that this. If you saw what the Steelers got for him, it was a 2025 six-round pick, which can convert to a fourth rounder if Justin Fields plays 51% of the offensive snaps.
that's a steal.
That's a steal. I believe it's a steal. But is Justin Fields a franchise quarterback?
Well, right now he is not a franchise quarterback, but we don't know yet. I'll tell you this: the last couple of years in Chicago, and I'll tell you this just to even remind you, there was articles last year. They had segments that were saying, "Is Justin Fields a potential MVP?" Last year they were saying that.
Oh,
So what changed? He got hurt. Chicago is dysfunctional, and you can tell how dysfunctional they are that they handle the trade so bad. And I'm gonna call out the Bears in this case. If you have a quarterback that you drafted in the first round, obviously you're going to pick up another one with Caleb Williams, and for chemistry purposes, it's not good to have both of them. But you need to use the market opportunity. Wait for a team to have an injury because injuries will happen
mm-hmm.
and they will overpay for a quarterback. Maybe expose him in the preseason and demonstrate what he's capable of.
Yeah.
The Bears simply gave him away. It was a deal too good to be true for them to take. I'll tell you this, and you're gonna want to kill me, but if the Dolphins would have been offered this opportunity, and I am Chris Greer, I would have taken it.
Oh,
I
no.
would have taken Justin Fields just because of the potential explosion. Yes, we talked about it in our other videos of the traits to become a franchise quarterback. And you mentioned it. One of the things that he needed to work on, or he needs to work on, is accuracy. And accuracy is the main thing that a player needs to have.
Not even. It's accuracy, decision making, somewhat of a little bit of an injury situation. But think about it, Alfredo. He doesn't have. If you're going to pay a guy, we already went through this. But if you're going to pay a guy, you're going to pay a guy that has 4 of the 5.
Okay, but I'm not paying him right now. All it cost me was a 6th round draft pick, worst case, a 4th round.
Mm-hmm.
What will a 4th round cost me? Especially a GM like Chris Greer that cannot draft.
I don't know, Alfredo. I think that Justin Fields is I don't think he's damaged goods per se. I
No.
do think that the situation in Chicago is very volatile. We've seen multiple organizations go through there. Nothing ever seems to get solidified. At least to me, it seems like Justin Fields was in a bad situation. They had the Chase Claypool situation that he got sent over to the Dolphins. It doesn't seem to me like that was a situation that was made for a quarterback to strive in. Now,
You-
I'm gonna preface that by saying the Steelers is a well run organization with a long time head coach, and everything there with the Rooney family seems to be in order.
That's what is needed. Yes.
So if everything goes as planned, Russell Wilson will play a few more years. Then after that, especially now that he's getting paid the minimum to be there, he's really sticking it to the Broncos.
His contract is for 1 year. So there's no loyalty toward him. He can get hurt or whatever, and he can struggle, and Justin Field can take it. So I don't see no problem. And like you mentioned, organization matters. You know very well when you work in bad organization, and you know that personally yourself, when you used to work in a horrible, mismanaged organization, you left that company and you became your best when you started in your new company that you've been working on for a few years. That's been your best. So organization matters. And Justin Fields, I'll tell you this, he's going to surprise a lot of people. In the people in the draft for fantasy football, I will consider Justin Fields for maybe a potential thing. And I think is a brilliant move by the Pittsburgh Steelers. You pick up quarterbacks until you find the one. And the one within the one. And there's not that many of those in the league.
From my understanding, there's only one: Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly. And that's what teaches. So if I would have been the Dolphins, yes, I would have picked up Justin Fields.
That's what we differ, Fredo. I wouldn't have picked up Justin Fields. It's a different situation, different style of play. You would have had to change everything if for some reason Tua gets hurt and you have to put him in.
Do you remember when the Dolphins played the Bears? How explosive Justin Field was with his running and his passing? I think it was just a full dysfunction in that team. Organization matters. He has a good wide receiver with Pickens.
Mm-hmm.
They did trade away Dante Johnson, but they have a blossoming young wide receiver that could become a long line of great wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, you're right about that one, Fredo. But let's see what happens. So are you saying that you're putting a prediction out there that midway through the year we're going to see some Justin Fields action?
I wouldn't be surprised. I think if I put some money on it, yes. I think Russell Wilson will kind of in a way struggle, and they're gonna at least give the opportunity to Justin Fields.
All right. Well, if you guys don't agree with Alfredo, put it in the comments. Remember, guys, if you guys ever were in a dysfunctional organization out there and you seem to be a Justin Fields in that organization, and then you went somewhere else and you started to strive, put it in the comments. Let everybody know about it.
Well, they will agree. Organization matters.